Picture a stadium packed with tens of thousands of people. The lights start to dim. The crowd roars like an endless wave. And right at that moment, one figure walks onto the stage with long blonde hair, neatly braided down the back. Within minutes, hashtags with his name shot straight to the top of trending topics in the United States. Not because of a new song, not because of jaw-dropping choreography, but because of one simple thing: his hairstyle. Yes, we're talking about Jimin of BTS, and this moment happened on the very first night of their world tour at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. If you're curious about what actually happened, why one hairstyle managed to send the internet into a frenzy worldwide, and how fans everywhere reacted, stick around, because we're breaking it all down in this video. Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss updates about BTS and other K-pop idols. Let's rewind a bit so you understand the full context. On May 23, 2026, Jimin took the stage for the opening night of the BTS World Tour in Las Vegas, held at Allegiant Stadium, and captivated an audience of roughly 65,000 fans with a mesmerizing performance. Just take a moment to picture that number. 65,000 people gathered in one place, united by a single purpose: to watch their idol perform live. Allegiant Stadium isn't just any venue. It's a massive arena typically used for major American football games. And for this occasion, it was transformed into a sea of purple, the signature color of ARMY, the name given to BTS fans. This wasn't a one-night event either. The Las Vegas concert run was scheduled across 4 nights, split into 2 separate weekends, May 23rd to 24th, followed by May 27th to 28th. So in total, 4 spectacular nights were planned to treat fans across America. And it was this very first night that immediately captured the world's attention. Not because of the opening song, not because of the dazzling stage outfits, but because of one small detail that turned out to have a massive impact: Jimin's braided hair. Now here's the heart of the story. What exactly made this hairstyle so remarkable that it managed to push aside every other trending topic on social media? Jimin appeared with long, blonde hair styled in a neat braid, a fairly dramatic transformation compared to his usual look. Not just long hair, but braided cleanly down the back, giving off a completely different impression from his everyday image. The effect? Astonishingly fast. Based on activity tracked on X, the keywords Jimin braids and JIMIN'S reportedly shot straight to the #1 spot on the real-time US trending list within moments of the concert starting. Take a second to think about that. On a platform like X, where every second is flooded with millions of posts about politics, sports, world news, and internet memes, one idol's hairstyle managed to cut through all that noise and land right at the very top. That's no small feat. It's a clear sign of just how much influence Jimin and BTS as a whole hold over global online conversation. Interestingly, this wasn't the first time Jimin's hair had drawn this kind of attention. On previous occasions, glimpses of similar braided styles had already surfaced and were met with excitement from fan communities across platforms, including Instagram, where posts centered around his braided hair kept popping up and getting flooded with enthusiastic comments. So it's fair to say this braided look has become something of a signature style that fans now eagerly anticipate every time Jimin steps on stage. Now let's dig a little deeper. Why exactly did this change in hairstyle have such an outsized impact? First, it's about visual contrast. A massive concert stage like the one at Allegiant Stadium is usually packed with spotlights, giant LED screens, and grand visual effects. Amid all that spectacle, a personal detail like a hairstyle actually feels more intimate and human. Both fans in the crowd and those watching through video clips online suddenly had something specific to talk about, something that felt personal and close to the idol himself. Second, it's about the visual narrative built throughout the show. During the performance, Jimin also took part in a stage segment titled Body to Body, featuring freestyle dance. In this segment, he wowed the crowd with smooth, controlled movements, sending cheers echoing throughout the stadium. The combination of the new hairstyle and this striking stage moment created one highly memorable, highly shareable visual package. Third, and this is something often underestimated, there's the psychological weight of change itself. Fans who have followed an idol for years tend to be extremely attuned to even the smallest shifts. A new hairstyle can be read as a symbol of a new chapter, fresh energy, even personal growth. Reactions from the fan community reflected exactly that. Many described the look as giving off a fairy tale prince kind of aura, striking yet gentle at the same time. Combine these three factors: visual contrast, a powerful stage narrative, and the symbolic weight of a changed appearance, and you get the perfect recipe for turning one simple moment into a full-blown global viral phenomenon. What makes this story even more compelling is that the excitement wasn't confined to inside the stadium. Outside the venue, fans showed their support in creative and pretty impressive ways. Ahead of the concert, fans in America arranged a special advertising truck dedicated to Jimin. Wrapped with his image on three sides, the truck drove around Las Vegas and the area surrounding Allegiant Stadium. Picture the scene. Before the show even started, a giant truck plastered with Jimin's face circled through the city's main streets and near the stadium grounds. This wasn't an official ad from a music label or sponsor. It was purely a fan-driven initiative, with supporters pooling funds and coordinating logistics just to celebrate their idol's presence in the city. Fans shared photos and videos of the truck across social media, turning it into another trending topic online in its own right. So alongside Jimin's braided hair going viral, this fan-funded truck also grabbed plenty of attention and added to the buzz building ahead of opening night. Zooming out a bit, this moment says something interesting about modern K-pop fandom culture. Fan support today isn't just about watching from the stands or buying official merchandise. Fans actively create their own moments, build their own narratives, and ultimately become part of the bigger story happening behind the scenes of a massive concert. This also explains why conversations about Jimin ended up dominating multiple platforms almost simultaneously. There were two parallel streams of energy at play: what was happening on stage and what fans were doing outside of it. Both reinforced each other, creating a wave of attention far bigger than what stage performance alone could have generated. Now let's take a closer look at how the fan community reacted once this moment spread far and wide. Across various international forums and communities, plenty of fans expressed their admiration spontaneously. Some described the long, braided blonde look as making Jimin resemble the lead character straight out of a fairy tale, blending a captivating aura with an elegant touch. Notably, many highlighted the contrast between the strong stage charisma he displayed and the soft, warm impression he gave off when he smiled. A combination many felt only deepened his personal appeal in fans' eyes. In other community spaces, people described the hairstyle as perfectly matching what they called a graceful, enchanting presence, calling the decision to wear long hair for this particular show a brilliant styling choice. Phenomena like this are actually fairly common in the world of Korean entertainment, where a single change in an idol's hairstyle can spark discussion far bigger than anyone might expect. But the scale of reaction to this particular moment was notably large, considering it happened at an international concert in front of tens of thousands of live attendees, with millions more tracking it in real time through social media. Also worth noting, this momentum didn't stop after opening night. Based on various fan posts on Instagram, similar braided styles reportedly reappeared on subsequent occasions, suggesting this look wasn't just a one-off experiment, but a style choice that seemed intended to stick around, at least for the remainder of this concert run. Now, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Why does a moment like this matter, beyond just being lighthearted celebrity gossip? Why is it worth reflecting on as something broader? First, it shows just how far-reaching K-pop's influence has become on global digital conversation today. A single hairstyle from one concert performance was able to break into national trending topics in a country as large as the United States, outpacing subjects that usually dominate timelines. That's not a coincidence. It's the result of a fan base that's solid, organized, and remarkably active online. Second, it illustrates how small details within a stage performance can shape public perception in a big way. In the social media era, it's not always the grandest moment that people remember most. Sometimes it's the simplest detail, a hairstyle, a facial expression, a small gesture, that sticks the longest and gets shared the most. Third, this moment also proves how a massive tour like BTS's world tour has evolved into something far beyond just a music show. It's become a complete cultural ecosystem. There's the main stage with all its grandeur. There's creative fan activity happening right outside the venue. And there's an ongoing wave of digital discussion that keeps rolling long after the concert ends. All these pieces connect and form one massive shared experience that transcends geography, since people from all corners of the world can feel the same excitement even without being physically present in Las Vegas. So let's recap what we've covered today. Opening night of the BTS World Tour in Las Vegas, held at Allegiant Stadium on May 23, 2026, captivated roughly 65,000 fans in attendance. But what stole the internet's attention wasn't the songs or the choreography alone. It was Jimin's long, braided blonde hairstyle, which instantly sent hashtags related to him rocketing to the very top of US trending topics. Outside the venue, fan enthusiasm was just as electric, highlighted by a dedicated advertising truck circling through Las Vegas as a creative show of support from the ARMY community. Meanwhile, across various fan communities, waves of admiration kept pouring in, showing just how much emotion and discussion a simple change in appearance could spark. The concert run is still continuing over the following days, so it's entirely possible more surprising moments are still waiting to unfold. And that's the full story behind Jimin's braided hair moment that took the internet by storm on opening night in Las Vegas. So what do you think? Does this hairstyle rank among Jimin's best looks yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe so you never miss the latest updates about BTS and other K-pop idols. And hit that notification bell so you're always the first to know when new stories drop. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.